evening. Happy holidays, friends. Welcome, welcome. I thought this was going to be the view we had through the trees tonight. Mother Nature had other plans, but a little winter scenery to kind of set the mood. And of course, a little fond remembrance of our 23-year-old gatita con manchas, who used to love to have her once every month or so exercise goofing off under the tree. The cat much missed. And of course, because the holidays are all about traditions, it has become a tradition to share a little bit of my first Christmas, which is completely embarrassing. But clearly, being at my grandparents' house turned into something that I really adored, even though my cousins and my godmother did their very level best to try to keep me cool on Christmas number one. And this is what the scene looked like outside here this afternoon. For real, if you haven't seen snow in a while, there you go. We certainly haven't seen snow in a while either, so I thought I'd share a little bit of that business with you just the same. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy holidays. I've got the lamp all trimmed and burning here. I've got a great evening's worth of fun planned out for you and me, because it has to be fun for me too, right? So let's see, we're in here from Chesapeake because Elizabeth and Steve are here. We're here from Maryland with Tom and Teresa. We're here from Clarksburg, West Virginia with Holly. From Nokesville with Mike. Who all else is in here tonight? Do tell, do tell. It's great to have you over here. Happy holidays, whichever ones you celebrate. May they also include great food, because the one thing that I have really learned to love about the holidays is all the different food traditions from all around the world. Peggy's here from Pittsburgh. Dear Peggy, I'm going to imagine your voice singing harmony in here like it's the holiday party in anticipation. What a wonderful thing. And right down the road, Sterling and Patty. Yes, hello. And hello, Laura. Okay, Ohio in the house, too. Laura, my longtime web guru. It's wonderful to see you. Happy holidays to everyone. It is absolutely a delight to have this tradition, right? It's been 15 years that we've been living in this house, and 15 years ago was the first time on a similarly snowy night. I don't think it's snowing out anymore. I think it's more like freezing drizzle at this point, because it wasn't supposed to snow in the first place, but I digress. It was a very snowy night, and I was supposed to be going somewhere to do a show, and of course I was stuck at home, and so was half of the eastern seaboard. Therefore, I thought, maybe we can use this technology stuff. Maybe we can do something with technology to be able to sing for people. And 200 people were in that first live stream. It was the most amazing experience. And of course, the pandemic got everybody caught up to doing live stream things, but it also kind of burned everybody out on doing live streams. So if you are taking the time to be with me here by this beautiful tree for a little while tonight, thank you. I've got a few treats under the tree and elsewhere in the house to share with you tonight. And I guess, I showed that thing from the video from my first Christmas. I always think to myself that, this is a holiday where every major religion around the world and pre-religious societies, really, pagan rituals around the winter solstice were all about light and all about ritual and tradition, and in some way finding joy in the darkness. Well, it is plenty dark out there tonight. I've got my apple cider, and I do have myself a nice dram poured for a little later on, and plenty of water too. But I was thinking, of all of the things that we enjoy now. I'm sitting here in my living room, and when we did this afternoon, I was singing for family and friends across the Atlantic from my living room, all happening, in real time. And just thinking how crazy it is that we have so many ways to stay connected even when we're at home, and what a beautiful thing that is, and how it must have been so challenging this time of year for our ancestors, especially mine who lived in the north of Ireland and Scotland, where it gets mighty dark mighty early this time of year. So tonight I open with a song of gratitude. I've been trying to touch the past. I wanna know just who I am. Reach back through the mist of time. So much I wanna understand. You were a child once like me, full of wonder, full of pain. I know sometimes that you were scared. I know that sometimes you were brave. This is the only life I've known. In part you gave it to me. Look behind or look ahead. You're woven in the thread in my web of mystery. I'm still trying to touch the past while the present slips away. But I've gotta know how your part goes before those pages fade to gray. You were old once like me. I wish that I could see your face. No one else knows what's past our eyes. Hurt and anger, love and grace. This is the only life I've known. In part you gave it to me. Look behind or look ahead. You are woven in the thread in my web of mystery. Someday, centuries from now, like coaxing amber into flame, since I've left a verse or two behind, someone might still speak my name. Someone might still speak my name. Someone might still speak my name. Web of Mystery from Treasures in My Chest. And it is a treasure in my chest right this very moment to see you all here in my living room by my Christmas tree. Thank you ever so much for being here. So, a couple of housekeeping things. First off, how is the balance between the voice and the guitar? Too much? Too little? I know there's a couple of songs in here that I play pretty hard tonight, so I probably ought to just move this thing a little bit every now and again when I'm going to do something a little heftier. So somebody let me know how the sound is on your end, and that would be great. And let's see, if you'd like to join the chat, and I would love to have you join the chat. It would be great to know who's here and where you're from. The easy thing to do is just log into whatever Google account you have, your Gmail or your Google Drive or YouTube or whatever, and you should be good to go. And then you can say hello from wherever you are. We are definitely East Coast heavy tonight. I can see that, and that's perfectly okay too. But I won't be surprised to see people coming in from other parts of the country before too much longer too. So good. Okay. Well, I'm glad the sound is decent. I usually hope for decent, and if it's anything better than that, then great. We exceeded expectations. So I'm going to do another one from Treasures in My Chest. simply because I should do something about traditions that we hand down. And this is one that I recorded with my kid back then. And I'm going to do it for you a cappella tonight. When I was just a child, full of hope and dreams of everywhere I'd go and everything I'd see, my grandmother's knee, and stories that she'd saved of lives that were lived long ago and far away. In the face of my child, full of hope and dreams of everywhere she'll go and everything she'll see, I will keep treasures safe and pass to her one day twice the tales that were lived long ago and far away. When I'll wear shades of gray around my wrinkled face, a child of my child, held in my embrace, in her turn she will share stories that she saved when it is I who once lived long ago and far away. Don't have to worry about the guitar drowning that one out. There's another neighbor in the house. Scott and Nancy are here. Hello, Hughesville Road. We got Cooksville Road. We got Hughesville Road. Everybody's kicking in tonight. Speaking of, since we have musicians in the house tonight, I did want to share that my bandmates and I have been a little bit busy. You might have heard. This was the scene on Friday when we dug in to start finally recording a studio album of our tunes. There's the better half of the band, Lisa on drums and mandolin on the left, and Stephanie on bass and whatever else we need her to play on the right, and two of the most beautiful voices I get to sing with. And they were just waiting for these guys to get done putting the drums together. Les Thompson is, of course, one of the band, and one of the founding members of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, but he's also producing the album. That's his stepson, Dustin, Stephanie's son, Dustin Delage, who's engineering it, and his pal, Larry, helping with all the miking and cabling, and they were ready for us, and we must have said something goofy at that particular moment, because that happens a whole lot of goofy going on. My view of the proceedings from my little stool over there with the electric guitar pedals and the computer and all the rest of it. And here we are ready to go, looking forward to making an album for you. How's about that? So one of the things that we're doing is recording songs that we have written together over these last 15 years. But I thought, there's a couple of my songs from my early discography that we do pretty differently from the way that I originally recorded them. And I thought, well, I wouldn't mind recording that like the way we do it, because that's really cool. When we did the One Virginia Night album back in 2012, we recorded one from my first CD, Dancing in the Rain, that our version of it was considerably different, and our version of it now is considerably different too. But this is one that Les always liked to play, and his banjo work on it is really fine. Les had this wrist trouble going on for 3 or 4 years, so he wasn't playing banjo at all, and it's only just been relieved over these last 6 months, and he's been playing banjo, and it's such a treat to have that back. So I'm going to do it without those guys for y'all tonight, but I'm looking forward to sharing our finished rendition of it too. This one, long ago, it was near Christmas time, and I was coming back from the Deep South, and I was coming up the Natchez Trace Parkway, if you've ever driven it from Natchez, Mississippi on up to close to Nashville. And I stopped at one of the National Park Service visitor centers, and there was this tape, cassette tape, homespun tunes for the holidays. And I was like, all right, I'm going to buy that. And it This guy from Alabama, Bobby Horton, just playing all the instruments, but it's this really delightful collection of old-timey renditions of Christmas tunes. Still one of my favorites. So that also put this one in my head tonight. This one's called Gatlinburg. Now I've got nothing against wilderness, fact I'd like some too. Just give me back my rundown shack, it's all I ask from you. My homestead lies 2 exits down this old 4-lane highway, paved over by a strip mall with a Smoky Mountain name. Moon sets slowly in the west, darkness to this life and all the rest. Lord, these mountain ways will end when the last coach out of Gatlinburg is going round the bend. Moon sets slowly in the west, bringing darkness to this life I've loved the best. Lord, these mountain ways must end when the last coach out of Gatlinburg is going round the bend. Gatlinburg from my very first CD, Traveler, and from the forthcoming Andrew McKnight and Beyond Borders recording project all of 30 years later. Thank you for the kind words, Matthew, Tom, Teresa. I really appreciate that. Golly, it's so wonderful to have you here. If everything is sounding okay, and everybody's settling in, and if you got your beverages and snacks and all of the important things taken care of, if you wouldn't mind doing me one small favor, I would greatly appreciate it. Yay, Eva's here. Okay, good. Well, this is the rest, recuperate, and recovery show tonight for my friends who are coming off of surgeries, major surgeries, because there's more than one of you in the house tonight. Yay, I'm so happy you're here. That's wonderful. So if you're enjoying yourself, if you're settling in, do me a favor, please. Tell somebody. I could certainly afford to be a less well-kept secret, and I would be mighty grateful for that. If you want to just post the link on Facebook with a quick endorsement of, hey, come on in, whatever, that would be great. Blue Sky, Twitter, I don't care. Wherever you do it, if you bring in some people who might enjoy what I'm doing here tonight, thank you. I really appreciate that. So, I'm going to, because some of my friends got to me this afternoon, this one's by request, and it's also from Traveler. All of my years I've lived here, it's the only way I know. Run the family farm with the grace of God above and fertile soil below. Summer's gone, 11 weeks of searing storm. Let's choke $50,000 worth of dreams going up in smoke. Sacrificed another field a day to keep the others growing. Had to sell my milking cows to keep the bankers going away. That line of clouds across the sky might bring the winds of death, but raindrops to my eyes. My wife, she's out there dancing in her checkered kitchen dress, droplets running down her brow, and her blonde hair's getting messed. Iowa can be a place where fertile famines drink. This year just poured life down from the brink, and I'm dancing in the rain. Before today my luck had gone, my heart left toward the worst, enough to make an honest man think a farmer's life is cursed. Remembering tales on my granddad's knees of soil that's sprouted wing. It's taken 30 years for me to appreciate these things. My wife, she's out there dancing in her checkered kitchen dress, droplets running down her brow, and her blonde hair's getting messed. Iowa can be a place where fertile famines drink. This year just poured life down from the brink, and I'm dancing in the rain. Heard it on the radio, Dakota wheat fields won't survive. Cousin Jack up there will find some way to stay alive. Mother Nature's fickle ways might someday do me in, for I'm on my knees in gratitude, 'cause it's raining. Next Thank you. Thank you all so much for the kind words, too. I appreciate that a whole bunch. And I'm absolutely just tickled to have this holiday tradition to be able to share with you, and that you are willing to come. I got to admit, I've been on stage a lot over the last 6 weeks or so, and singing standing up is sort of the proper thing to do. And I sit here in my living room and I'm all casual and I'm like, hey, how come I'm running out of air? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that sitting down thing. So holiday traditions, there's something, this tree, of course it's a tradition for us to get our little live tree. I mean, the ceiling's only 7 feet tall in here and you can't even see the top of it anyway, but all of these ornaments that we've collected I started collecting in my childhood. A lot of the things that are on this tree normally are things that I had when I was a kid. And of course, we've gotten some ornaments of our own. I brought home an ornament from Scotland and another one from Ireland. And, they all have this sentimental value. I will say that the tree this year is a whole lot less decorated, and it's that kitten that's keeping it kind of sparse this year. After Kitty gets kind of mellowed out about, playing with everything, maybe we'll be back to a more fully ornamented tree. But I'm happy with it nonetheless. And it was really beautiful looking out at the snow with it lit up today. I will say that. So mission accomplished. Yay, tree. Way to go. So I'm going to play a couple of things for you tonight that I really did for the first time this afternoon. Have never done them before. This one, and I'll explain in a moment or three. I want that to be perfect. Because you deserve perfect. You get me, but you deserve perfect. The funny thing about this song, it's an old folk song, and I did not learn it from my dad, nor did I learn it because of my dad, but many years ago, I was doing a show, and my dad had told me that his high school girlfriend lived in our area, and they wrote letters to each other every now and then, and she was a grandma or a great-grandma, and she was a year older than him, and they dated when they were in high school, and then she went off to college, and that was sort of the end of it. Because they didn't have iPhones and FaceTime and TikTok and all the other things and Snapchat. So there was really, staying in touch was a whole lot harder. So Dad, when he was dating her, back in those days, he played guitar. I haven't hardly seen my dad hold a guitar more than a few times in my life because he's always played piano. Figured that he would always have a spot in a band if he was playing the keyboards, and he was right. He never had any problem with that. So when he sent her to my show and she came up and introduced herself afterwards, it was kind of cool. I mean, it was a little weird because it's like, hey, if things had gone different, this lady could have been my mom. How weird would that be? But the thing that she said that sort of stuck out for me was she was just reminiscing. It was a beautiful moment for her to like sit there and hearing me. And apparently my dad's voice was a little bit like mine and not all that unfamiliar. I've hardly ever heard him sing too. So she said, it brought me back tonight to hear you singing. And I remembered when we would have a date and I would have to finish my chores. If he got over here earlier, he'd bring his guitar and he'd sing for me. And she said, he used to sing me this delightful little song about a fox. I recorded this song on Something Worth Standing For. I learned it a completely different way. I learned it kind of an old-timey way, and I'm playing it differently than the way I did it then, but I just thought it was kind of funny that both my dad and I gravitated towards this song decades apart. But it seems perfect for a night like this one. give him light. He had many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. Town, oh, many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. He ran till he came to the great big pen. The ducks and the geese were kept therein. Couple of you gonna grace my chin before I leave this town. Oh, town, oh, couple of you's gonna grace my chin before I leave this town. So he grabbed a gray goose by the neck, tossed a duck upon his back. He didn't mind a quack, 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 and the legs all dangling down. Down, oh, he didn't mind a quack, 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 and the legs all dangling down. Old Mother Flapjack leaped out of bed, ran to the window, cocked her head. She said, John, the goose is gone and dead, and the fox is on the town. Town, oh, John, the goose is gone, and the fox is on the town. Old Johnny ran to the top of the hill, blew his horn both loud and shrill. Foxy said, I best flee with my kill, they'll soon be on my trail. Trail, oh, Foxy said, I best flee with my kill, they'll soon be on my trail. There was the little ones, 8, 9, 10. Daddy, best go back again. It must have been a mighty fine town. Town, oh, daddy, better go back again. It must have been a mighty fine town. So the fox and his wife, without any strife, sliced that goose with a carving knife. They never had such a feast in their life, and the little ones crunched the bones. And the little ones crunched the bones. So the fox went out on a chilly night, prayed to the moon to give him light. He had many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. Oh, many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. Many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. All right. I don't know who wrote it. It's an old song. I'm pretty sure my neighbor down the road, Sterling, will tell me that Burl Ives did it, and I'm pretty sure that he's right. So I'll just nod my head and say, yeah, I think so. So the reason that that's a funky new thing for me is not because I haven't played the song before, but if you look very carefully at this capo, you'll see that it's only on 5 strings. This one is not. I've never used one of these kind of capos because, frankly, I've always been sort of like just tune the guitar whatever way I want it to be, and I never really appreciated the flexibility that came with doing that. I never saw much need for it. A couple months ago, I was invited to come be part of the Friends of the Cheat River 30th anniversary celebration. Friends of the Cheat's an advocacy group that was formed after a huge abandoned mine blowout in the Cheat River Valley that just killed the whole river downstream, turned it red. It was on the national news. It was just a major environmental disaster in a pretty hard to get to part of West Virginia over in Preston County. Not long after that, I met Keith and Joan Pitzer, who lived on Laurel Mountain, near there, and we became dear friends, label mates at Falling Mountain Music, did a lot of shows together, spent a lot of time together. In just a few days, it will be 15 years since Keith passed away. And their music is very distinctive. His guitar playing, his voice, he's got this voice like Gordon Lightfoot, just beautiful voice. And I got to admit, ever since we moved into this house, anytime I'd hear one of their songs, it was just really choked me apart. And it's like, damn it, their music is way too good to be relegated to the dustbin, to show up on a playlist every now and then and have me sniffling about it. Enough of that. So and Keith served as the executive director of Friends of the Cheat until shortly before he passed away in 2009. So I thought, if I'm going to go to this celebration and they're asking me to play, I need to play one of Keith's songs. And I need to play Keith's signature song. And it's one of these 5-string capo things that's in here. So I thought, since I went to the trouble of learning it, and since I believe so fervently in the beauty of their music that you should hear it, I will do my best to render it for you now. From the high country of Preston County, this one's called Living Out There.
Living out there.
It's not quite like he would have picked it, but it will have to do. Thanks for indulging me. So before I move on to the next thing here, let me say a couple of things. One, important business things. This, if you would be so kind, if you have not done so before, please do subscribe. I keep saying some magic thing is going to happen at some point when I get to 1,000 subscribers. I'll believe it when I see it, but hey, it can't hurt anything, right? And then the other thing is, if you get my monthly e-zine, you'll know that I send some pictures, and there's a little letter to you and all the news and tour dates and everything. We put a lot of work into that, and it's really easy to subscribe at the website. If you scroll down on the right side of the page on the laptop, you'll find it there. Otherwise, you'll find it as you scroll down the home page on your phone, whichever it is. That's all good. And especially want to say thank you. I've seen it lighting up. I've seen my notifications lighting up, and I'm suspecting that some of you have been very kindly and generous, because that always seems to happen. Thank you. It's not necessary. This is our holiday celebration, but nonetheless, your generosity does help keep the lights on and the roof overhead, and I am deeply grateful anytime you are so moved to do so. But that being said, the most I am, and that link is also pinned at the top of the chat too, by the way. Most of all, I'm just grateful to have you here tonight. But I will also say, if you're struggling with holiday shopping and you know somebody who might like my music, there is this little sale going on over the website. It's ridiculously cheap to get downloads. Not only do I have those, but I've got a couple of live concert recordings in there too. You can also hear the band's live recording from our hometown theater here, One Virginia Night. And whatever is coming next year, boy, oh boy, you're going to find out a whole lot more about that if you subscribe to the e-zine. You'll be the first to know about a lot of stuff. Taking a lot of pictures, taking a lot of videos as we go along the way too. So, all right, well, now another one of my friends is home recuperating from surgery tonight. So first and foremost, cheers to you, my friend. Here's to the healing. Here's to all of you who are here tonight who are doing some healing, whether it's the deep surgical kind or the deeply emotional mental kind that comes this time of year too. I am glad that you are here connecting with me for a little while tonight. Cheers to you. We did pour us a wee dram beforehand because we need one in a little while. Mostly it's apple cider and water tonight though. Got to stay hydrated, and the snow was my big euphoria for the day today. So this one was requested by my friend Steve down in Chesapeake, and I haven't played it in a while, so I truly hope that I do not fumble it for you. This one's from Turning Pages. Got to get one of them in here too. History is all around me. Grew up on that mountain farm down Nelson County way. Wish I lived to see it again, but that is not my fate. For on my 16th birthday, war marched all around our land, and I joined Virginia's volunteers, Robert Lee's command. 2 days passed upon the march toward Yankees and the front, and I knew my trusty rifle, the difference was the hunt. We smashed into their backside up Loudon County way. I'll not soon forget 3 boys in blue I sent to early graves. Down the road to Appomattox, where bullets whine like bees, cut blossoms from the trees. On the road to Appomattox, turn boys into men, men into memories. saw most of my company fall in Pickett's cursed charge. Winters spent on valley farms with little food or warmth, and hellfire came with spring advance and the smell of burning corn. Down the road to Appomattox, where bullets whine like bees cut blossoms from the trees. On the road to Appomattox, turn boys into men, men into perilous nighttime retreat, the fall of Petersburg. The city burned around us, the Federals charging hard. I heard them call a chaplain, they heard me call on God. What a reward awaited me was not far off. Down the road to Appomattox, where bullets whine like bees cut blossoms from the trees. On the road to Appomattox, turn boys into men, men into memories. There were battles won on both sides, the history books confirm, but no one ever wins at war. The last loser asks for terms. Down the road to Appomattox, where bullets whine like bees cut blossoms from the trees. On the road to Appomattox, turn boys into men, men into Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I haven't had a chance to say hello to a few people in here tonight. Hello to Ashley. It's so good to see you. It's great to see you, Josie. Thank you for coming. And Matthew and Tengu, it's great to have you all here. And now I got somebody else actually here with me in living 3D. And I'm going to need to make a little room for her. Come on in here, kid. Come on in here. I think that we can make some space for you.
Hello.
Yeah, look who I got here. we got us the fiddler of the family, who managed her first night of driving home on somewhat slicky roads.
Oh my gosh, it was awful.
Glad it was not up and over the mountain. I saw there were a lot of wrecks going on up there. The fiddle girl is here. Elizabeth and Steve are here. My friend
Hello.
Eva is here from Placerville, California. The only time I've ever played in an abandoned gold mine shaft, Placerville.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, got lots of friends and family in here. Peggy's here. Peggy will be here singing with us at the party next week. James, oh, it's nice to see you. Yay, all right. Hello and good evening. I don't know if you're gonna hit me or not. Let's see. Yeah, let's turn towards each other just a little bit. Let's do that. Can I do that without squishing any of my guitars? Got this rocking chair thing going on here. All right, let's see where you're. It seems like it'll work okay. You don't have to be super close to it.
Am I in the frame?
Oh, you do have to be in the frame, but I think I can fix that with this. Maybe I'll remember to fix it back when we're done too. How about that? All right, I still got the tree sprouting out of my head. That'll do. So, let's see. We got some Irish tunes and some old-time tunes, right? Oh, Joan is here too. Woohoo! Yay! Excellent. The newly graduated or about to be newly graduated.
Jonah.
Yes, congratulations, my friends. All right, so we're gonna play the gravel walks.
Yeah.
All right. So, how quick you want to go? Is that good? One, two, three. Okay, how's the balance between the fiddle and the guitar? Can you hear us both pretty well? Is the balance good? We'll wait to start another tune until we know that that's good. Oh yes. Laura's son is a wonderful Irish dancer out in Ohio, and I've followed his progress. It's really cool.
He should dance for us.
Yeah, that might have been probably faster than he would have wanted it, but for us it's pretty fun. So the balance is okay. Mike says yes. Mike used to run sound, if I'm not mistaken,
I believe it,
for Lisa and Dana's band way back in the day, the rock and roll band, back in the sister days. So I trust his ears pretty well. So as long as I'm not aiming at the mic too much, and I got a guitar right behind me, so I want to not slide back too much. So let's play a set of a couple of old time tunes, those happy little tunes in D, shall we? Barlow Knife and the Spotted Pony. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. One, two, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fun. Yes, you do have Turk ears, Holly. I trust you. Your uncle taught you well. And you got good ears all on your own. You're beating these things up a little bit, huh? Should we play one more for him?
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to play?
The Congress Reel.
The Congress Reel. You know, I don't know why I was thinking of the Hangman's Reel and then Congress and Hangman, but no, it all seemed like it fit.
Let me see if I remember it.
That would be good.
Oh.
Yeah, you started whatever tempo you want.
Okay. If I mess up, I just learned this tune, and it's hard. So bear with me, okay?
It's the holidays.
Bear with me. It's not going to be perfect.
Gift me some grace.
Okay. All right. No.
Great job, kid. I was making up the chords the whole way.
Woo! That one's hard.
Now that's a family tradition I could love on every year. It's lovely to have you sitting here by our Christmas tree while we're playing some of these old fiddle tunes together. I'm so glad you were willing to do that. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys for all the nice comments. Thank you for watching. It was an honor to join you.
Aw, yay. All right, well, I'm going to do a couple more songs.
Bye, guys.
Merry Christmas.
For watching. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Let's see if I can get myself resituated. That was definitely worth messing around with the setup for, right? Let me twist this back just a tad. And it's so much fun to get to share her with you, for sure. But yeah, it would be fun even if you weren't here. In fact, we usually manage to have a good time without you being here, so having you here is even better. That's awesome. So, in just a week, less than a week, it's our annual holiday party. And at our annual holiday party, there's all kinds of mischief. This tiny house, we've been having this party. This will be the 33rd year. Having a party for 33 years to celebrate the holidays. And of course, we have friends who are good cooks. Heck, my bandmate Stephanie from Louisiana, right? You know, so like no matter who shows up with potluck stuff, it's always great. We have a bonfire, and it will happen to be the solstice that night, and it's supposed to be cold next weekend too. But literally, there's no room to invite more people until people either move away, and one of our friends moved to Montana, but still came back for the holiday party. So the spot didn't even open up then. And Peggy's moved off to Pittsburgh, but she still comes back for the party too. So spots at the party are really hard to come by. But it's because this room can only hold so many people. For real world events, I can fit all of y'all in here nice and comfortable, right around the tree, as long as we want. All good. But what happens at the end of the party, or for the last hour or two of the party, is that the singing and playing happens right in here. And we're all packed in here. And we sing holiday songs. We sing each other's songs. We sing traditional songs. And I have to say that it has been an astonishing and pleasant surprise how much people have gravitated towards singing this next song. This guitar was a gift when my parents and my sister and I went to Ireland and Scotland and met family there. They wanted their American singer-songwriter cousin to bring home something of his ancestral homeland. An amazing, incredible, over-the-top, over-the-moon gift. And I needed to honor it properly. So my goal was simple. I wanted to write a song that paid some homage to those ancestors that brought us together, that McKnight family living in Newton Ards and County Down back in the mid-1800s. And I thought, you know, I've got ideas. I'm the prince of procrastination at the least. And I had ideas and I put them off and I put them off. And 6 months went by after the trip. And it was Christmas time, 2017. And I was going to do a concert, a songwriter showcase concert called We Are the Nine. Justin Trawick, if you've ever heard him, wonderful singer-songwriter, plays around the region quite a lot, plays some pretty big places, and one of his fun things he likes to do is get 8 other songwriters from all different walks of life together to play 3 songs each at a show. And the hope is, or the intent is, that they will be messing around backstage learning each other's songs enough to go out and accompany each other, which is fantastic. So I had agreed to do one of these like a few days before Christmas. We were going to leave for Connecticut like the next day or the day after to go spend it with my family. And about 3 days before the show, Justin emails all of us and he says, so one of your 3 songs should be a holiday song, which made sense. But I'm not a chestnuts roasting on an open fire kind of guy. That's not really my thing. So I was at first sort of put off by the whole thing. And then I thought about it for a little bit. And I was like, well, maybe this is that opportunity that's been knocking. And what I really wanted to do was acknowledge what the holidays must have been like for those McKnight ancestors living in County Down. We had been there during the summer solstice, and it was light until like 11:30. And I thought, there is a bill that comes due for that around the winter solstice. They probably get like 5 or 6 hours of daylight. And I thought, what misery that would be. And then I thought about the kinds of jobs that they did. One of my ancestors was a lead miner. Another worked on boats. And then some were weavers for the linen industry in Belfast. It was not easy work, not paid holidays, no unions, no any of that. And I thought, golly, that would be dank and depressing. And how would anybody get fired up about Christmas? Probably barely have money for stuff, no paid holiday. Maybe you get the day off, maybe, but probably not paid. And yet somehow they managed to find the joy of the season. And maybe it was the spirit of the season. Maybe it was spirits that folks from Northern Ireland are fairly good at concocting. But I decided that I would write a song about that and them. And I did it for the first time at that concert. And I will say that it was kind of magical because at the concert, it was a windy winter night and the power went out. And like of the 100-odd people in the room there to see the show, probably 20 of them sacrificed their phones to light up the stage, completely unplugged, completely silent, like pin drop quiet. And that was when this song debuted. I have not heard it pin drop quiet too many times since, because I have learned that people really like to sing along to the chorus in glorious harmony, and this room will be coming apart at the seams next week with people doing exactly that. But I invite you right now to sing along at home. Off key is fine. Whatever you feel like doing is fine. But it's cheers to you, because it's called a dram to the holidays. And it's especially for you.
Window glass, brave and small in the dark, it's beamed like a lighthouse on winter shores, guide me safe home in its glow. The wee ones a slumber deep in their beds, tucked close in a room much too small. Their dreams burn brightly, far more than they should, have reason enough to believe. Lord, give them a reason to believe. Of the past, hold tight to the best of what's been. We're still here at the holidays again. They come home off the water, outside the revelers filling the square, and voices raise hymns up on high, proclaiming that Christmas is nigh. So raise a dram to the holidays, oh may they last, where hopes for the future dance with longest of nights gives way to the dawn. Its radiance christens the sea. There's sweets in the oven, a log on the fire, and an angel rests high on the tree. Blessed angel, keep watch over me. So raise a dram to the holidays, oh may they last, where hopes for the future dance with ghosts of the past, and hold tight to the best of what's been. We're still here at the holidays, raise a dram to the holidays, oh may they last, where hopes for the future dance with ghosts of the past, and hold tight to the best of what's been. We're still here at the holidays. I heard y'all singing from coast to coast, from New Haven to Placerville. That's just fantastic. Thank y'all so very, very much. I never imagined when I wrote that song, it was just nothing but trying to, there are people in this life who keep track of what is owed to them. And I'm one of the people who keeps track of all of the nice things that have been done for me, and I forget about all of the things that I do for other people. I know I have, and I feel okay about that, but I really keep track of the things that people have done for me. And when I set out to write that song, it was really about just honoring the ancestors who gave me the gift of this life, each and every one of them. And I thought, if I write a song that does them some honor in some way and allows their names to be spoken again all these years later, then I did something good. But when I hear y'all singing it with me at a concert or here in my room or when I play it someplace around friends or whatever, there's no finer high in the world than that. It's just a really amazing experience. So cheers to you, my friends. A dram to the holidays indeed. And that is a gift for my milestone birthday this year. The bottom of the gift, I thought tonight was the perfect night to break out the really, really good Irish whiskey for y'all. Sorry that you can't have it with me. I mean, that would be even better, but so I'm a couple of songs away from the finish line here, but I did want to do a couple of things tonight, and I'm going to do one of them right now. I get asked sometimes to occasionally do a little blurb from the book, and I'm going to do a little short blurb from the book about the holidays and about that bit of tradition and all the rest of it. So this is from the chapter called Identity and Tribes. Part of our identity is often wrapped up in our traditions, whether they come from our ethnic or religious identity or simply were a thing that we did with our grandparents when we were kids. Those are usually our most tightly held identity totems. Sometimes the tradition continues without any remaining connection to or knowledge of why it started. Once Gramps passed away and Graham went into the nursing home, our family tradition of gathering at their house for Thanksgiving and Christmas ended, and it has become much more infrequent for my cousins and I to gather. Other traditions within our families, with our own children, have supplanted those and have become what we do. When I left for college, I was estranged from my parents for several months. It ended when Mom called to invite me home for a beef rib roast dinner for Christmas Eve. Perhaps she understood how easily the estrangements among McKnights could harden into permanence. Or maybe it was the hole in our lives left by her parents' early passing. Whatever her motivation, she was determined that this would not be our story. It was no small expense or undertaking, and I recognized and accepted it for the olive branch that it certainly was. For these many years since that my sister and I have made the long and arduous journey to get back to our parents' house for the holiday, the rib roast on the night before Christmas is a tradition we've worked hard to keep, much like the relationships. To me, it is a cherished part of our family identity. I have been impressed as well with how my daughter and her cousins hold fast to traditions that we started when they were little, like opening up their matching footy pajamas on Christmas Eve. In order to get a bunch of rowdy, noisy kids out of my parents' tiny house on Christmas afternoon, we started carving little scraps of wood into boats and then hiking a mile into the state forest to a rocky stream for our annual Christmas Creek regatta. For all of its silliness, it has become a tradition relished by the kids and their parents too. Seems only fitting to share something like that tonight too. I am a very lucky man. Lucky to be blessed with so many friends, so many stories of family, having met so many family that I would not have met did we not live in the era of the internet and DNA matching and all of the rest of it. So I'm going to play a song from Something Worth Standing For that was mostly written by a dear friend of mine who is also going through an arduous lung cancer treatment. He's near the end of the treatment part, and now we wait and see and hope that all of the good things that we expect to happen will happen. I wrote a little bit of it, but basically it's Johnny's song. And in his honor tonight, sending some healing wishes along as I count my blessings for each and every one of you being here. Count your blessings, don't count your gold. You don't need money when you're lying cold. You can't buy your way into heaven, I am told. Count your blessings, don't count your gold. Good deeds that you've done, lend your hand to help someone. St. Peter's got his list, he's checking everyone. Count the good deeds that you've done. Let them guide you, show you the way. Follow wise words, you won't
Count Your Blessings, written by John Rickard and me, I suppose, but mostly John Rickard gets the credit. Before I go tonight, I want to thank you, of course, for being here. I also want to let you know that there are things on the radar. Of course, one of the things I said, please do this, like subscribe to the YouTube thingy. There you go. While you're here, if you haven't done it already, just go ahead and click that subscribe button. Boom, then we're done. All good. But even more important than that, if you would subscribe to the e-zine, and here's a big reason. One, because the band is in the studio recording. For the first time, we're actually working on a studio album. We did the live CD, DVD thing, and we've written a lot of songs together, but Les is at sort of that great point in his career where it's really kind of about legacy now. And this is like kind of the creative project that he's been working on, even as he's been on the road with John McEwen all of these last 10 years or so. This is our chance to really like make this recording, make that legacy be, you know, from the Circle album to that. How cool would that be, right? And all the other nitty gritty dirt band albums in between. But so at any rate, we've started a blog about the project. We'll share stuff from the studio. We'll share little tidbits, video, pictures, all of that. All of the news that you might want to know about, it's right there in the newsletter at the website. Put a lot of work into those things every month, so they look, you know, halfway decent. There's the tree and everything, right? So all good. And of course, the tour dates come up through there too. And thank you ever so much that you've been doing this. I really greatly appreciate this a whole lot. I've seen the lights going on the Venmo and PayPal notifications, and I don't care about any of that right now. I just care about the fact that you've been sitting in my living room with me, and I am so deeply grateful. That link is also there pinned at the top of the chat too. Most of all, though, 2025 is going to actually maybe be a halfway decent year for shows. The band is going to be back at Earp's Ordinary in Fairfax on March 30th, and we're doing an outdoor concert in Cape and Bridge, West Virginia on June 7th. All of the dates are on the website. I've got some solo shows coming up. I'm hopefully going to see my friend Ashley in New Haven in April, at the end of April. I will be also in Gettysburg, I believe March 22nd or 23rd. I forget which it is, but lots of stuff in the works. So that's another reason to subscribe to the e-zine, and I'm grateful that you do it. So I'm going to close tonight with a song that I did not write. I know on this eve of the winter solstice, a lot of us are really uneasy about what lies ahead, and rightfully so. And whatever it is that lies ahead, music has gotten us through hard times before, and music will get us through hard times again. In the afternoon show, my wife was sitting in here in the rocking chair keeping me company today, and I did not play this for her, but it is one of her favorite songs, and it seems only fitting to close with it on this holiday eve tonight, with my gratitude to you and my gratitude for the luck of this life I have been blessed with in music. Let us be lovers and marry our fortunes together. And I've got some real estate here in my bag. Ooh, so I bought a pack of cigarettes, Mrs. Wagner's pies, and walked off to look for a man. I said as we poured
careful, his bow tie is really a camera. Toss me a cigarette, I think there's one in my raincoat. We smoked the last one an hour ago. So I stared at the scenery. She read her magazine, and the moon rose over an open field. Kathy, I'm lost, I said, oh, I know. She was sleeping. I'm empty and aching, and I don't know why. Counting the cars on the New Jersey Turnpike, they've all come to look for America. They've all come to look for America. They've all come to look for And with that, friends, from here in my humble make-a-living room by our humble little Christmas tree, decorated with joy and hope and resilience and perhaps a tiny bit of defiance too, here we are on the eve of yet another holiday, and here you are helping hold my heart with yours. Thank you, most of all, for the gift of connection tonight. All of your kind words. Wow. I'm deeply grateful. You make this tradition such a special thing. And Mother Nature chipping in and dropping some snow on us today, so much the better, because I did not have to load my guitars out in the van. I was able to sit here in my room. I get to actually go and sleep in my own bed tonight. And yet, I sang for you, Eva, in Placerville, and I sang for you, Ashley, in New Haven, and I sang for you, Holly, in Clarksburg, and everyone else close by and far away, and I am so very, very lucky. If you enjoyed tonight, I will ask you, please do tell somebody about it the next time I'm doing a show, and the next time I'm doing a show is coming up on, where is it here? Hang on, this one. January 23rd, another Thursday night. Today I was doing one so that the cousins across the pond could chime in, which was wonderful. I'm glad I got to do that. To Eva and to Steve and to Johnny and all of my friends who are going through recovery from pretty major stuff, I am holding you close at heart, and I am lighting a candle for your healing energy and all of the rest of it. I am just so tickled that you're here and healing. That's awesome. I am very glad to have you all here tonight. Thank you once again. I will remind you that if you want to do some holiday shopping, that code right there, Xmas24, up until New Year's Eve, right? All the way through into 2025, that will be good. So please feel free. There's a couple of live concerts on there, but I do hope to see you at the next live stream too. If not in person, sometime in the first half of next year, because I am going to be out on the road a bit and I can't wait. So remember, as you go forth into this holiday season, that the world is indeed watching you, and be the best you can be. Never doubt how much you matter and your light matters. I am grateful. Thank you, friends. Much love to you. Safe, happy holidays to you. Have a great Christmas and a great night. Much love.